Hi there, it's Clayton from Functionally. Hey, we often get asked how you might go about representing a matrix org structure within Functionally. A matrix structure is often where you have people sitting in multiple teams with dual reporting responsibilities or, a formal manager and then more of a dotted line report. So essentially, the matrix structure usually connects functions to business units or functions to regions in a cross-function type team situation. So let's take this organization, which has a pretty typical functional structure. It has a global sales organization that is separated here by geography. Let's just switch from accountabilities to the people view and take a look at the APAC sales team. So we have Michael here. He's an enterprise account manager reporting into Marie, who is our sales director for APAC. Now, while Michael is on his own as a salesperson down in the APAC team, it takes more than just him to grow the market down there. So he uses resources from the corporate marketing and customer success teams to really form a squad and to go out and win new business down in APAC. Yet there's no real representation of that cross-team effort here on this org structure. So let's fix that. So it helps to think of Functionally as less org chart and more a map of where work gets done. So I'm going to use this concept of a category to represent work that's being done in this cross-functional type setting. And let's call this regional go-to-market squads. Perfect. And let's add a new team under there that's going to represent this group of cross-functional work that's being done. And we'll call that APAC GTM for go-to-market. In Functionally, we have the ability to place people within multiple teams and roles within an org structure, which is kind of how most businesses really work. So let's build out this representation of the cross-functional team and the work that's actually done here. So Ruth, one of the marketing managers in our corporate team, actually owns the accountability for this cross-functional team. Let's move over to the People Picker design tool here on the left and search for Ruth, and we can drag and drop her in as the manager of that team. Now, we also need Michael in this team from the APAC sales team, so let's drag him in as a team member. And lastly, we have one of our people from the corporate customer success team, Archie, who also works within this cross-functional team. Now we have the team members in place, we can go across here and choose the functions and accountabilities that this team is actually delivering through this cross-team effort. So we might choose a subset of pointed accountabilities here that are very specific to what they're working on. Direct outbound, and let's finish off with, let's see, user onboarding, I think might be an important one to add here. And almost the last step now is to go and edit the team and actually create the roles for each of our staff members. Now remember, these would be jobs that are specific to this particular cross-team effort. It might not be the job that they normally do in their normal job. So for Ruth, for example, maybe we want her just to concentrate on brand strategy while she's in this cross team. For Michael, although he's an account manager in his normal APAC team, we want him to be more of a sales exec finding new business here. And Archie, although a customer success manager in his normal team, here we really want him to concentrate on being an implementation specialist. So once we've assigned those roles, we can now go ahead and assign the relevant functions and accountabilities for each of those roles to the staff members, again specific to what they're doing right here in this cross-functional team. So here we are now with this representation of this cross-functional team, and I wanted to click on the team settings and show you a few things. Firstly, you'll see it's got a headcount of 3 people, yet it says there's only 1.5 FTEs. That's because Functionally is recognizing that these team members are in 2 teams, and at the moment it's splitting their time 50-50 between those teams. In the future, we'll have the ability to allocate time accordingly to each team based on what it is in reality. Now, if we flick over here to the people view and we drill into Michael, we can see here that he's in 2 separate roles. He's in the enterprise account manager role, and we can flick over to the enterprise sales exec role, and also up here indicates he's on 2 teams, APAC sales team, where Marie is his supervisor, and the APAC GTM, where Ruth is his supervisor. You'll also notice the overlapping indicator. Here it is here on Ruth, which if we hover over it, highlights both teams she's in and tells us that she's in 2 teams. And if we click on Ruth, we can see again, she is a marketing manager with a bunch of responsibilities, and she has the head of brand role there as well. Plus we can see the 2 team supervisors and the 2 teams that she is in. So that's one way you can represent cross-team structures or matrix type structures in your organization using Functionally.